You are very stubborn, but ambition does not drive you.
I just don't understand why she didn't see the change in him before it was too late.
They dreamed together and suffered together. A shared dream is not so easy to wake from. Is that what troubles you? Losing yourself?
Yeah. A little.
If you ever stray from your path, we will guide you back.
Gulu, Guido, what's going on?
Just bemoaning the sorry state of affairs in this place.
What did the raiders do this time?
No, not them. We were talking about how things ain't like the good old days.
When we started out here, life was grand.
The place was nearly empty.
Barely anyone to bother you.
Sounds like paradise.
Well, it's the way of the galaxy. The only constant is change, and everything gets worse with time.
Yeah, and there's always one Turgle everywhere you go. Something you need?
Located a hostile. Hold up. Don't let up. Stop blocking and fight. Get out of the way. Got one of us. I got you. In the name of the Empire.
If you went after Sunt Madas, remind me not to mess with you.
Look around. You've been coming around here so much, you're basically a regular.
You've got great stuff.
Most shop owners would offer a discount or the like, but not me. Nothing personal, but you start handing out freebies, you have people up in arms asking, why not me, Doma? Don't need a hassle.
That makes sense.
Grease ever tell you the story of how we met?
No, let's hear it.
Oh, he first landed, talking dreams of taking over a cantina. I pegged him as just another priorite vulture. Someone who comes out of nowhere, turns a credit from a few suckers and skips town. Of course, when I saw him putting real care into the cantina, well, I knew we were cut from the same cloth.
Pyloon's is as important to him as the Mantis. That's why he named it after his great-grandma.
That's right. You stick with Grease. He's one of the good ones. Just don't tell him I said that.
Your secret's safe with me.
You know what I like about you, Cal. You're not always bugging me to step in and help you solve disputes and whatnot.
I like to try to handle my own problems. Guessing that's the same with you.
That's right. While back, this one prospector got into an argument with his protocol droid. Got so worked up, he got violent. So I stepped in, told the prospector if he laid another hand on his droid, I would ban him from my shop and cut his credit with every vendor in town. So, that shut him up pretty quick. Since then, well, I've been the closest thing to a mayor his town has.
I wouldn't want to mess with you.
That's another thing I like about you, Cal. Smart enough to know trouble when you see it. Could be great for you. Ooh, that's a nice one. Ooh, take a look at that.
Looks good to me.
Good choice. Practically had your name on it. Oh, I knew that one would catch your eye.
You know what this place needs?
A working refresher?
Discipline. Those mouth-breathing raiders just walked in here and made off with Z. I go off planet for 1 second, and the whole place has gone soft. They've got to get it through their heads that I can't be their fearless leader all the time.
People have to learn to defend themselves, Grease. We can't fight their battles for them.
All right, finish this thing, will you?
I'm going.
Garakos. They fight to the bitter end, don't they? Especially when they're injured.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of beasts are like that. I learned the hard way on a family outing once. My first time leading. Tracked a Kivarella back to its nest. It was killing livestock. No other choice but to put it down. Played the approach perfectly. Found an opening. But my... Family was watching, so I decided to get a little bit fancy. Lost my concentration. One of its legs slams down, inches away from cracking my spine. Mama pushed it aside in the nick of time. And finished that Kivarella no frills.
That's a close call.
Yep. Hey, you corner something, it'll do what it needs to survive. Even when you have the upper hand, never underestimate your prey. Cal, glad you're here. There's talk of a giant piazza nesting in an animal graveyard on the far side of the valley. Figured you want to check it out.
You figured right.
Look at you. Already sounding like a local. Oh, before I forget, I heard there were a pair of newcomers over by the stone spires. I want to look for them.
I already found them. They're gonna start a holotactics table at Pyloon's.
Now we're talking. Piazza that size, well, just don't take it lightly.
I won't. Thanks, Mosey.
Later, BD.
Talk later, buddy. Word is that Ravis got bumped off.
Word travels fast.
Sure, when there's credits to be made. Send the raiders running and we're in business.
That's right. We get back into the gorge, kickstart those dams. Maybe we finally make some real scratch.
Those dams are in rough shape. Think you're up to it?
I know them like the hairs on my back.
What Grok here means is we can make them sing again. Yeah, trust us. Say we short the central conduit, slice it through the emergency couplings. Might be enough to get the sluice gates going.
Huh. Might actually work. Keep up the good work, kid.
Why is the brood looking for you on Coruscant? Isn't that a real bad neighborhood for you these days?
Let's not get into it.
Good answer. Anyways, a sharpshooter named Gat Mito has been trying to sniff you out at a meatpacking facility. Brought a couple of lackeys with her, but pick off the Alpha, and the pack will scatter.
We'll keep our eyes on the prize.
Good. Hate to see something happen to you. The going's just starting to get good, Cal. Rumor has it that the Gendai is dead. That your work, bud?
And if it was?
Just curious is all. So, how'd you do it? You slice off his legs? No, they would just grow back, right? Oh, you incinerated him, didn't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Ah, I suppose a true professional never reveals their secrets. I must be rubbing off on you. Well, killer, here's another tip. Real pros always charge a fee. Don't relax too much, Cal. You may have downed a big one, but there's a lot of players in the game who still want you dead. I should keep this for myself.
seem in a good mood.
I was thinking how this cantina reminds me of a celebratory dance on my home planet.
The cantina reminds you of people dancing?
My people don't dance. The dance is my people. All together, without everyone's essence, there is nothing. Like this cantina. Someone ordering a drink from Monk, a joke from Gulu, a hunting tale from Mosi. All these acts combine into something greater than the performers themselves. Now is not the time to speak.
Monk, I could really use a drink.
So how'd you like playing on Coruscant?
At first, I loved it. The Undercity's this melting pot of all these different struggles. A real vivid place, you know? After a few months of small gigs, though, I got bumped up to the popular clubs. Didn't take long for me to start hating it.
Not your scene.
It wasn't a conversation, you know? Those crowds just wanted to be able to say they'd seen the next big thing.
Sounds like you were really on the rise.
Well, my agents were ambitious. Scored me a deal that could have had me on billboards all over the Corps. But I said no.
That takes guts.
Well, so does slicing up raiders. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Hey, Cal, let's talk another time. Mine's racing with ideas right now.
So why'd you choose to study the High Republic?
You know, I think it is the same reason that people are flocking to Pyloon's saloon. Everyone is excited about the possibility of what Kobo could become. I believe that is the kind of optimism that defined the High Republic.
Maybe you're right about that.
We'll talk soon.
I saw your things in the back room.
You'll have to forgive the more tasteless ornaments. Some of it used to belong to Dreo, my old partner. He had a ghastly sense of style.
Another outlaw?
Not when I met him. He was running a perfectly legitimate port in Rhodia. Allowed me to use his docks for my shipments. No questions asked, supposedly. But we got to talking anyways.
Sounds like a nice guy.
He was the genuine article, all right. Probably why things didn't work out between us.
So you've been out of the game completely since the Empire cracked down?
More or less. Not that I didn't go down swinging. When the company went belly up, I insisted I could turn things around. But Dreo, my partner, he wanted to leave together.
So what happened?
Well, he left, all right. But in my infinite wisdom, I decided to stick it out. Try to turn the cards in my favor. I got greedy. I can't tell you how badly I wish I'd gone with him. Instead, I chose what you might call the scenic route to rock bottom. That brings us to this rule-riddled cantina years later.
At least you got out eventually.
Will you take some advice, Cal?
Sure.
It's not just about getting out. It's about getting out before you lose everything. See you around, Cal.
Har, right? You said you're from around here?
Been all over Kobo, but I knew I had to foot slog it back to the Reach when I heard the stories. They say it's been a right barnyard since you arrived.
Word traveled that fast, huh?
If it's privacy you're worried about, mate, don't be. No one listens to old Har. But stop by if you ever want to hear the latest yarns, eh? My eyes, what they are, I couldn't hit a tree with a boulder, but I got ears like a boulevard. Oi, Cal, good to see you.
So, you wish to prick up your ears and receive the tale of Scuba?
If you're sharing stories, we'll listen. Pardon. Not a bad selection.
Remarkable, isn't it? worthy of your attention. Is something holding you up, Cal? Does this meet your approval? Swiftness is a virtue. Perhaps these decisions are harder for organics. Does this meet your approval?
I'll grab this one.
I hope this will assist you. See you later. I hope the breeze that our brave pals simply walk through those veins without so much breaking a sweat.
Breeze told you this?
Indeed. You ain't never seen someone.
No, it's not much, but it's home. Hush now! This outpost is absolutely quaint. But...
With Ravis dead, the Bedlam Raiders have been wounded. This makes them dangerous.
They weren't exactly harmless before.
No, they were not. I will look after the outpost. The Raiders may strike if they think we are vulnerable.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
I know you will, and I will be waiting. Don't you have a mountain to climb?
Look at all that's happening around here. And you're so often at the center of things. Careful, careful.
What do you mean? I'm just trying to help.
Admirable, of course, but good deeds often bless one in the spotlights.
That's the last thing I want.
Granted, this is just a backwater cantina, not a Coruscant parlor, but a little caution is wise. Gossip always travels faster than light. Go with confidence, but also with care, Cal. Don't let me keep you.
Let's chat later.
Ready for a game of skill?
You do not fear my strategy. You will.